welcome back to another Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood video. Today I'm watching the OVA, The Blind Alchemist. So now that I've finished watching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, a lot of you have asked that I watch the OVAs, and of course I will oblige. It has taken me a lot longer than I planned to get around to them and to actually find some English versions of the OVAs that I can actually watch and react to. But I've got all 4 of them here in English. I don't believe I'm going to have subtitles on them, so I apologize for anyone who does kind of rely on them or is used to having subtitles, but they will still be dubbed in English. But I'm very excited to watch this. I've heard there's some really cool stories to do with a lot of the main characters. And I believe that when I'm done with this, that'll be all the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood content that I will have to watch. I do have my top 10 moments video from the show coming out soon as well. I've actually filmed it multiple times because I keep changing things up, but I'll explain more about that when the video actually drops. But with all that being said, I'm going to get into this OVA now. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, OVA 1, The Blind Alchemist. So I don't actually know when on the timeline this is, but I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out.
Did you say human transmutation?
Yeah. According to the rumors, they actually did it. An alchemist employed by a wealthy family, the Humber Gangs.
Humber Gangs? That's a new name to me. This seems kind of early, I think, maybe, in the show. Sorry, I completely missed the name.
Judo.
Judo, okay. Here we go, The Blind Alchemist.
Judo! They measured everyone at school today, and guess what?
Oh, is he the Blind Alchemist? Is this from his point of view?
Well, isn't that something?
Interesting.
You're growing up to be a big girl, aren't you, Rose?
He sounds sus. He sounds sus.
Well, if she gets anything from you, ma'am, then she'll turn out to be quite lovely.
Yeah, alright. I don't know what's going on right now. So they're saying he did human transmutation?
Alchemist, you say? I'd be delighted to speak with them.
Oh.
And
Oh, maybe, yeah. Maybe he lost his eyes for it, like kind of like Roy. This track really takes me back to like the start of the show. What are we doing here? Why is everything sus?
What the hell? Already do something wrong here?
Can I help you?
Your whole body's metal!
A freak? Hey, give him a break. This is giving me Nina vibes, which makes me very on edge. Dang, look at him. But it almost looks like there was an accident or something, so maybe it wasn't the truth.
My name is Judo.
Yeah,
She is still chanting in the back.
Jungle Gym over there is my brother.
Jungle Gym. Oh, you can hear
Looks like my hand
his
surprised
arm,
you.
yeah.
No.
No, I've heard rumors about you, Mr. Judo, and I'd like to have a nice long conversation about alchemy with you. I also heard that you used your enviable alchemic skills to help save the family from a terrible tragedy.
Interesting. I wonder what happened.
Through human transmutation.
He just throws it out there.
Right?
Do you believe every rumor you hear?
Well, you can't.
I'm very intrigued about this.
It would be best if Rosalie weren't present for this discussion.
Very well. Rosalie?
It makes me think Rosalie, this child, is a result of human transmutation somehow. Poor Alphonse.
Why don't you just go and play with her, Al?
Really?
Dude, it's just like Nina.
I'll show you around the mansion, Mr. Metal!
Mr. Metal.
Why don't we have this conversation in the arbor?
Sus music. There's absolutely no mention of this in the show, right?
Just get right to the point.
This looks awesome, by the way, this view.
Do it.
I paid for the deed with both of my eyes.
And there it is. Yep.
Yeah, and I paid with my left leg.
We're of the same kind.
Yeah.
But this guy would have been a sacrifice candidate then, right?
Then we can speak.
But Judo.
Don't worry, it's all right. The young man has no intention of doing me any harm.
Is it true that your transmutation was successful?
It's the daughter, man.
But Edward, you already know the answer to that. You've seen the result.
No way.
Rosalie. She's the answer to your question.
But how? Like, it doesn't work like that, though.
Empty. How are you capable of moving?
Oh dear.
Judo told me that humans are the only creatures that can think and talk.
So you're not scared?
Huh.
I was a little surprised, but I've seen even stranger things.
Huh?
I get
What does she
it.
see?
So that's why you two came here. Makes sense.
Huh?
Come on, follow me. It'll be safe to show you the secret of Rosalie.
3 years have passed since I performed human transmutation.
So it's possible.
Then I take it you met with failure, Edward?
This has really got me thinking. I haven't talked in a minute, but
Guy in the armor? My younger brother?
so I'm just gonna pause it here. So I was thinking a lot through those last couple scenes just about the whole situation. And the way that Judo said it's best Rosalie is not present for this conversation makes me think that, you know, they don't want her to know about it. Like, she doesn't know that she exists through human transmutation. But then the way she was just talking to Alphonse then kind of makes me feel like she's aware of like how she was created. And then the other thing I was thinking about from this scene right here is that, to my knowledge, Ed and Izumi both tried to bring something back, right? Their mother, in Ed and Al's case, and in Izumi's case, you know, their child that they lost. Perhaps Rosalie was created like completely new. They weren't trying to bring something back. So maybe that's why it worked, or there must be something different to it. But I'm very intrigued by this. We'll keep going here now.
And I've got to get him his body back. So please, tell me how you brought back Rosalie.
I don't think they brought her back, right?
I can't answer your question.
Why can't he?
Judo is an employee of this family. His skills are intended to serve as our family alone.
Okay.
We can't share our secrets with every outsider that
I think Rosalie's going to show Alphonse the secret.
I must respect his wish. He was my master.
Interesting.
I'm truly sorry I cannot help you.
Trust me, Edward.
This pendant she has is really catching my eye.
Transmutation.
I'll do anything that it takes to get Al his body back.
There's nothing he can tell you.
That's because you won't let him. If he brought back
He
Rosalie...
can't help you.
Okay, fine.
Maybe they're also understanding that it just shouldn't be done, right?
But I ask that you please stay away from the second floor in the East Wing. That's where I store my late husband's belongings.
You're the boss.
You know where he's going. She gave him way too many details about that. She wants him to go.
To stay away from the East Wing's second floor, do you?
Maybe it's a bait.
Why not just give me a written invitation, lady?
He'll find Alphonse and Rosalie already there.
Hurry, this way.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
It's the East Wing. What's the deal?
Yep. Oh, I don't like this.
Rosalie, look, you have a guest.
You said what? Oh shit, that gave me chills, man. Oh my god, I'm so uncomfortable.
Judo brought this Rosalie back through human transmutation.
Oh! Okay, I see. Wait, who is this then?
How are you, Rosalie?
Aren't you scared?
Not anymore.
So you're not the real Rosalie?
Nope, I'm a fake. Mr. and Mrs. Humbergang adopted me from the orphanage. They did it
Wow.
before Judo tried human transmutation. I apparently look just like Rosalie did. My name was Emmy before I came to live here.
So they're freaks, man. They're freaks. I'm sorry, but they're freaks. Okay, so clearly they had the same outcome as Ed, Al, and Izumi, right? And this is the body that came through the portal, and they just have managed to keep it. And keeping it here, and it's disgusting. It's weird. So then they adopted this girl because she looks exactly the same. Like I don't like that. That's not okay. But what the mother, I believe, was saying, like, don't pursue human transmutation because they know, you know, they've had the same outcome. Like, this just shouldn't be done. It's not possible. But I'm like, are they using this story as clout or something? Because I don't understand why they would say you've already seen the result. Like, it's Rosalie. Like, she's not the result. You've adopted her. She's got nothing to do with it. But also at the beginning, Judo was saying if she inherits at least one trait from her mother, which she can't because she's adopted, which makes me think maybe they've done something, or maybe that was when the original Rosalie was still alive. I don't know. There's a lot to think about. But that's wild. Like, that actually, like, that was not a good time. All right, let's see what happens now.
It's great. All I have to do is act like Rosalie. As long as I do that, I get a nice family and pretty clothes.
Jesus
With this
Christ.
house, it's like heaven. Rosalie
I mean, she seems happy, but...
so soft and beautiful.
It moved! She moved!
I don't understand why you're so surprised. You two are so much alike.
Is her soul still in there?
I don't know if you could really say that she's alive. She's been like this for as long as I've known her. But there's no way of telling if it's actually Rosalie inside this body. For all we know, there's a good possibility that there's something inside her that isn't.
It could be the father that's dead, right? Because Alphonse was inside the body of the mother they tried to bring back.
She's the real Rosalie and I'm the fake. Which means that I can never be the Humber Gang's true daughter.
Bro, this...
But I'd rather be a fake than go back to being the real Emmy. I've spent enough time in a dark, cold orphanage.
Right, Ed's just listening.
So you chose to ignore me. I had no choice but to respect my late husband's wishes. But I thought it was necessary for you to see this.
Right, like she did want him to see. So he'd stop chasing human transmutation. Okay, here we go. Talk to me then. Okay, Judo.
I can't see! My eyes, they're burning! Where's Mistress Rosalie? I can't see! Please, please tell me!
Yeah, this is the exact same experience we've seen before.
Correct? Did I bring her back?
Judo, you can rest now. Your theory was exact, my friend.
Oh, but he doesn't know! Oh, of course!
And just as we last saw her,
And then they adopt this girl to make him... Wow. Okay, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. That's a sick transition. Wow. So he thinks he was successful, but he wasn't.
But within time, he became part of the family. I'm sure Mistress Rosalie's death struck him just as deeply as the rest of the family. He had, in fact, grown to consider her to be like his very own daughter. I'm in on the hoax as well. All of us employees are playing along.
Wow.
And we'll continue to deceive him for as long as he lives. There's no reason for him to know the truth. We'll make sure of it. Well, come on.
They're all doing this so... Oh my god.
Bye-bye, Al.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I got a little bit muddled in the middle there, but obviously their daughter died, and Judo tried to bring her back, lost his eyes for it. He obviously failed because we know human transmutation doesn't work that way, but they're all playing this game to, you know, for Judo, to make him feel like he actually did it. That's insane. This is like up there with the Nina and Alexander situation, you know? Like, it's just insane.
They're nice people, huh?
Yeah. I thought it was really weird what they were doing, but they're doing a really, like, nice thing. And Emmy, this girl, seems really cool with it too.
Even though their lives are broken.
The facts. That was like the most unique experience I've had with this show, and I almost didn't even watch these. Is this canon? This can't be canon, right? It would have been referenced throughout the show. Okay, so I don't really need to spend too much time discussing that because I talked a lot during the OVA, but that was wild. Like, the entire point of that to me is just to kind of further emphasize, you know, what human transmutation actually is and that it can't be done. I don't know exactly when it happens during the show. It must be somewhere early on, like if it does happen. So if you guys could tell me exactly like when this fits into the timeline, that would be awesome. But obviously it is very early. But that whole situation is crazy. So this man Judo, this blind alchemist, currently thinks that he has brought back Rosalie, their child, you know, the family that he's been serving. So that's why he said at the beginning, you know, oh, you've witnessed the successful human transmutation, because he thinks it was successful and they couldn't do it to him. He lost his eyesight. They felt so bad. And they said that Judo, you know, cared for Rosalie just as much as the actual family did. So her death like hit him just as hard as anyone else. So they couldn't bear to tell him that, like, okay, you've lost your eyesight and you failed. Like, that would have destroyed the man. So they're all doing a really good thing for this guy, even though, just like Ed says at the end, you know, their lives are broken, which is absolutely true. But when Rosalie, or I think she said her name was Emmy, when she walks in and like the body of Rosalie is there, I know I said like, oh, that they're freaks, but at the time it just seemed very, very weird. But now I understand what they're doing. But even though they keep the body there, it's still really weird. They don't really need to be doing that. And the fact that like they were saying clearly something is in there, like the soul of something, like could it possibly be Rosalie's soul. I know they said their father died, but their father was clearly still alive when they performed the human transmutation, so it can't be the father's soul. But like, that's just wild. And the fact that that is so open-ended, like that situation is just existing. Like if this is canon in the universe, this mansion is just real and all of that just exists. Maybe it's outside of Amestris. Otherwise, like the Judo would be a prime sacrifice candidate, right? But again, if this is early enough in the show, maybe it's just put in there as something extra. But that was really good. Like, I really don't know what I was expecting. When you read The Blind Alchemist, I'm like, okay, is this something to do with Roy? Maybe it's like a little snippet of Roy before he gets his eyesight back. But no, this is well early in the show and just nothing like I could have expected. And it really threw me. Like, it's not part of the actual show, but like that, like I said, I'll say it again, it's Nina and Alexander stuff. I was like, this is like just such a crazy plot twist. And it was what, 16 minutes? It was like a short story. You know how quickly short stories are, they come to a climax and then they end. That's really got my hopes up for the rest of these OVAs. I know there's one about Izumi, and I think there's one about Roy as well, but this one was just like completely just thrown in there. But that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to move straight on to the next OVA now. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And as always, please leave your comments and feedback down below. I always appreciate it. And we'll see y'all in the next OVA for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.